It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer called Lupus, the Wolfman. It's by Garage Beer Project in New Zealand. It's a 9% ABV beer. I mean, I got a very good understanding of what beer style it is just by reading a little bit on the back of the can. I don't read everything. I'd rather just get the beer out into a glass and work it out myself. But it seems to be a New England IPA. We'll work it all out for ourselves. But Lupus the Wolfman. It's like a theatre show. Lots of theatre themed beers in 2020, 2021. And I wonder if that's in support of the live arts movement that's been really affected by the situation that's gone on in 2020 and 2021. I had a load of beers sent from the UK which were theatre themed. In fact, they came with a box where you pulled up the kind of curtain, you revealed the beers. Sadly, that was a Christmas themed thing, and I was so busy at Christmas I never got round to those beers. But it was a lovely gesture, a lovely thought by the brewer to send over that box of beers. And now we have another, what seems to be a theatre-themed beer in support of the theatres who have not been able to open back up. As of yet. We got our fingers crossed. So we got a 1 to 2 finger Whitehead. Lovely carbonation. Look at the carbonation on the side of that glass there. Look at that. Isn't it funny? You gotta the more you spend on a camera, I mean, it looks good when it's in focus, but then it just wants to dive out of focus for you. Isn't that amazing? There you go. There's the focus. That's what we're looking for. Lovely. Amber in colour. Relatively clear. It could be a hazy beer. We just got a little bit more in the can. At this stage of the beer review, I want to say a massive thank you to Mick. Cheers Mick in Australia for the beer. Sending us New Zealand beer. I think Mick's a massive Garage Project fan. Let's get the aroma. Orange peel. Loads of orange peel. Spicy, peppery. Loads of orange peel. And a little bit of sweet malt. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Cheers to the Wolfman. Boom! Gotta put that down. Stone the Crows! Stone the Crows, what a beer! Oh yeah, that's rattled a few punches. That's made the inside of my brain spin round. You know when you've been hit on the jaw full on and you kind of like go, whoa, and you know, you're quickly back to your best, but your brain's, you know, it has a bit of a spin. That beer has done that to me. Where it's kind of like just sent me on the back foot. It sent me reeling to the ropes, you know, back to the ropes and back again. It's just a big punch of old school bitterness. Do you know, like, we had this phase of like West Coast style IPAs in America that would punch you in the face so hard with the amount of bitterness that you'd be like, whoa! And then somewhere along the line, sour beers kind of like jumped into that space. Sour beers jumped in and did that whole like, haha, we're going to mess with your senses. really mess with your head with all of the stuff that's going to hit you with flavour. Well, I kind of miss that West Coast IPA approach that would do exactly the same thing. It would punch you in the face with bitterness. This beer from New Zealand is doing that like it's harking back. I mean, I got a dusty old bottle of Polish beer called Crazy Mike. Excuse the dust, I've been doing building work in the house. Look, you can see, look, clear, dusty, clear, dusty. But there's a bottle there of Crazy Mike. He's about to smack you in the face with 100 IBUs of bitterness. And that was the style of beer back in the day. I promise you this bottle has not been sitting there for 100 years. I'm not 100 years old. I've been doing building work in the house, I promise you. But anyway, that was the thing to do in 2012, 2013, was to absolutely punch your lights out with bitterness. And this beer is doing exactly the same thing. It's like, malty, hoppy, sweet, bang! Bang! Your brain's like, woo! Bitterness. You know, where you forget to swallow and burp at the same time and everything's going messy in your head. I love it. I love it. I wish this style of beer would come back. I wish this style of beer would come back because I love the sensation. I love the sensation and the feel of being punched round the face with the bitterness of the hop. I love it. That being said, we've got the rest of the beer now from the can into the beer. Let's see if it's changed it at all. I don't think so. Nah, it's just the same. It's the same. I love it. So you get the sweetness of the malt. Do I have a beer moustache? You get the sweetness of the malt. And then a bit of carbonation and a bit of orange peel, fleshy blood orange, grapefruit, pithy kind of lemony flavours. And then bang! There's the bitterness. It's pulling your face. It's like doing this to your face. You know, pulling your face apart with bitterness. Not for the faint of heart. Garage Project, please carry on doing what you're doing. And that is advocating, kind of like pushing this West Coast style of beer back into the limelight. It needs to come back into the limelight where it belongs. I'm a huge fan of... It's nice. I love a sour beer. I love a sour beer pulling my face apart with sour flavours. But I miss the same thing from hops. At the moment, everybody's putting hops in the fermenter. And all that astringency, all of that kind of like rah is just not coming out. It's not coming out to play anymore. When you whack a ton of hops in the boil, and I mean a ton of hops in the boil, you're boiling all of those kind of astringent flavours of the hops. You're boiling it all out into the beer. And that's what we want. That is what we want. Well, it's what I want anyway. Comment in the comments box. Do you miss the classic West Coast style double IPA that would rip your chops apart? Let me know. Comment. I'm going to rate it. Love it. Absolutely love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. A real hark back to what things used to be like 8 years ago. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again to Mick for sending the beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.